OMG, you guys. Before we get into the episode, there are just a few things I just want to clarify with you. Don't click away. Hold on. Stay right here. Most of the people who watch me are not subscribed. Look at the little analytical here. Do you see that? Sad to me, because the people who are not subscribed can't get notifications when I post. And you know what I think? You shouldn't be on social media that much. So click that little subscribe button for me and click that bell icon so you get a little notification when I post. Okay? Please, for me. Also, if you like what I say, you love what I say, and you want me to continue, please consider buying me a tea. I have in the description a little place. It's Buy Me a Coffee. It's like early 2000s thing. If you love what I say, anything you could give, even a view would be appreciated. But if you could give me just a little tea, I can justify continuing this. Thank you, and enjoy the episode. Take me from this angle, it's my better side. Psych, it's this one. Psych, it's this one. Psych, it's all of them. What's poppin', homies, and welcome to Stav's True Plan, the podcast where I try to get you looking good on A, B, C, D, every angle possible. I'm sorry for the little hiatus that I had. If you guys have seen my Instagram, you guys would have known that I had such a beautiful time with the love of my life. We went to a little sunflower field. It also had a lavender field too. So it was that we've been always wanting to go, and last year we couldn't make it. So now we made it, and we made a little day out of it. It was a beautiful time. We had a little road trip. The drive wasn't too long. Hey, listen. You know what I saw over there was beautiful, and I guess the flowers were good too. I guess. It's been a moment, you guys. But always understand that if I'm not posting, I'm learning or I'm observing. I need to pounce on an idea. I need to see it. I try to post weekly, but sometimes it's hard for me to keep up that spark, to keep up that fire, you know. And you know, I'm fiery, I'm crazy, I'm wacky. I do things, you know. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hands, because, you know, that's all I can do. You know what I mean? So anyway, the topic of this episode is kind of like a fusion topic. I want to make sure. Hold on. It's a fusion topic because I saw something interesting. And it's just a very intriguing story. So I just want to get into the story real quick first. Okay. For those of you who have seen the title, you know what it's about. So I just want to paint this story for you. Oh, sorry. I'm a little too close. I was perusing the internet the other day, specifically one of my favorite apps, Reddit. I love going on Reddit because it's better than the For You pages that's curated for you, because say for example, like a lot of it is a guess, right? A lot of what the For You pages give you is a guess, but Reddit, you can subscribe to certain ideas, r/whatever idea it is that you want, right? But Reddit does something that other social media companies try to do, in that it tries to tell you what you like, right? Which most of the time is wrong. I don't know what's going on with Reddit, but a little bit of gas here. But the way they guess what subreddits you like, incorrect, right? So, you know what? I've been talking shit about doom scrolling. I was going on Reddit scrolling, okay? I'm guilty, I know. I'm sorry. I bet all of you guys were like, I could have trusted you. I trusted you. How could you do this to me? Understand that we're all human and we're all trying to do better. And this is why I'm doing this. Anyway, so I'm scrolling on this and I see this subreddit that was recommended to me, right? For no reason. It is called r/am I ugly, right? So I'm like, It's a picture of this person, and they show a picture of themselves, and they ask the people of the subreddit if they're ugly or not, right? So I thought, ooh, I love a little drama, okay? I love a little drama. So I'm scrolling. I don't post anything because I know I'm so fucking delicious, but I'm scrolling on there, right? And I see something that catches my eye, something that's very interesting, and that the subreddit is full of a group of a couple like people, right? There are people who genuinely want to know. There are people who already know. And then there are children. I don't know what it is, but I saw so many people, 13 years old, 15 years old, 17 years old, even 18, right? That range of people, those kids. And I'm scrolling like, oh my God. It was so terrible. I couldn't believe my eyes. Scrolling and seeing these kids. Kids thinking that am I ugly? You can only imagine if these kids were bullied. But, oh my God. Now, see, and this is where we're getting into the topic. I want to talk about time and how it is spent, and how we teach our youth to spend their time. Right? Nowadays, it is all too common. I waged a war, and I'm currently waging a war on social media and the doom scroll. I've deleted TikTok. If you follow me there, all 10 of you, I'm sorry. Follow me on Instagram instead. At least I can post Instagram on the computer. I can post TikToks too, but TikTok doesn't do good for me. Instagram does better. So I post on Instagram, right? By the way, I got more followers on Instagram anyway. But recently I found myself doing this. Scroll. And then I throw my phone. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? What am I doing? I've been spending my time so incorrectly. And you know what changed it? The one thing that changed me spending my time, it was being in the moment. Anyway, let me pull up my notes. Let's see. The biggest problem that we have nowadays are children and their interactions with online. When I was younger, I had technology, right? I had the technology at the time that I had was a DS. I think it was a DSi XL. Okay, I had the fancy shit. I had the Mario Super Edition. I'm gonna put it in a picture right here. Gow. I'm gonna put it online. Look at that. It's not that exact one, but it is that model. It's that look. I loved it. I remember I still have the memory card from that day. I took pictures of my family. It was cute. Oh my God. And I loved playing Crash on there. Okay. I played Crash. I played Mario Kart. I played all of the above. I loved it, right? And still, right? On the Nintendo DS, my DS had parental controls. Okay? I don't know what's been going on. But let me tell you this. You can barely surf the internet. And absolutely barely surf the internet on a DS without parental controls, let alone with them, right? It's so slow. But you could peruse it if you needed to, right? But it was a pain, right? But nowadays, I've seen this. We have entered an age of kind of backseat parenting, right? And this backseat parenting is he'll give you this tablet, and then I'm going to lessen the attention that I give you, not on purpose, but it's just something to quiet you down, something to quiet the child down, right? It's the zero restriction that kids have that allow them to see terrible websites like, well, I saw this video the other day. It was a hacker. I don't know this whole story, but there was a website where there were people it was a forums of people wanting to kill themselves. So they talk to forums, they make forum posts, and the people like talk about how to do it. And there's little acronyms they use. Let me tell you something. Would you ever let your child walk into a strip club? Would you ever let them see something that's inappropriate or see something that could scar them for life? The internet nowadays, especially, there's so much more available. Give me a fucking second. It's been a couple weeks. There's so much more available to you guys, to us, to all of us, than there ever was. I got in trouble. Listen to this. And it's funny because they just bought back their own company. I got in trouble for watching Smosh on my iPad because Anthony was air humping in the back. You know what we used to do. I don't have to do it. You know what I mean? I remember my mom took my iPod and I was fucking crying. I was scarred for life. Scarred for life. And these kids have found themselves in terrible forums asking if they're ugly. First off, we don't stop developing until, I don't even know the age, but certainly a lot later than what we're posting for. So there goes that part, right? But I'm sure all of you have a little gripe with how the world is currently. A lot of our usages of time is so wrong. It's so incorrect. We find ourselves scrolling endlessly until we get so tired of it that we want to throw our phone away. It's difficult. We were never taught how to manage our lives with technology. So we haven't developed the right ways to use it. So much so that if you have an app timer, you just click it away. It's terrible. Sometimes I don't know what to do with myself. And oftentimes I'm displeased with my day and my routine and the things that I take care of for myself and the things that I do for myself. And then I realize when I look at my screen time and I add it all together, I'm like, shit. It takes a couple hours to do something amazing for yourself. And you're spending a couple hours times 3. That's me. 6 hours a day on my phone. What is on there that's important? For real. FOMO is a fake. FOMO is a lie. Listen, let me tell you a secret about FOMO. FOMO doesn't exist if you're there already. See what I'm saying? People fear of missing out. So much so, they can't realize that oftentimes you won't miss out if you take your phone away from your goddamn face. You recognize that, right? You'd be more pleased with yourself, doing things for yourself that you would love, doing for yourself, for your health, because you're too distracted by technology. Listen, I used to watch YouTube all day. I used to put YouTube on the side as I played games. I can't go a minute without stimulation. What kind of world is that? What kind of world is that? At my hand, I always gotta have my phone. I always gotta have my Switch. I always gotta have my tablet. I always gotta have my DS. I always gotta have my PS Vita. Anybody? Are y'all hype? I always gotta have all my electronics at my hip. But then there's a realization you must need to make. How comfortable are you with throwing away money? How comfortable are you taking like a silver chain like mine? Ice, right? Straight up ice. How comfortable are you with just ripping it, breaking the little, what's it called? Clasp, I think. Breaking it off and throwing it in the garbage. Every time that you use hours of your time in social media, in playing your games and shit, listen, hey, it's okay to spend your time. But let me paint this picture for you, right? I've said this before, but I will say it again. I'm going to sound like a parent, okay? Your life is a piggy bank. It's opaque. It's them old school pink piggy banks made of ceramic. It's beautiful. I love it. It's so cute. It's got little eyeballs on it. And there's a little slit on top. Right? Now, the problem is, all the money that's in there has been put in there. You can't add any more money. That's all the money you could ever have, right? You can sort of like shake it to understand how much you got left, but it's so vague that you have no idea, right? So you have, maybe you have, if $90, right? On average, 80. Let's say you have $80 in that piggy bank, right? Okay. I'm 20 years old, right? Put into perspective, I'm 20 years old. For every year that I have spent, I've spent $1, $20, right? I don't know how much money I have, but I know that I have at least spent $20, right? And I'm like, shit, $20 is a lot of money. Oh my God. Okay. And then I'm starting to spend a couple cents here, a couple cents there, scrolling, a couple cents here, playing, a couple cents here, not admiring any scenery, nope, just scrolling. I'll send that. Oh, scroll. Hey, listen, you know what they'd say? Change adds up. Before you know it, the time that you are spending not doing something of value, you are simply burning your money away. How much of this year have you spent on your phone? Tell me. How much of this year have you spent tackling the problems that you have and flex to other people? Because now we in a society where having more problems is more valuable than having none at all. Than flexing that, oh, look at me, I'm sane. No one's sane. You scroll all day. You avoid your problems. You waste your money. Okay, you can't add any more money and you spend it willy-nilly. Okay, so since you can't add your money, money is equal to your time, right? And since you've already spent so much and you have no clue how much you have left, I could die on the way home. Knock on wood, knock on wood, knock on wood. This is what I think. Knock on wood, right? I could die on the way home. I don't know. How much money do I have? I can't tell. I don't know. So, understanding this, let's you and I make a pact together, okay? Let's stop consuming content that doesn't have our greater interest in mind. Because all the people who you watch, of course they're here to make a living, but they don't support you. In fact, the only way the people who you consume content from can thrive is if you suck all of your energy, all of your money, all of your life, all of your attention to them. That's how they thrive. And that's how you still become a slave. And that's how you slave your life away. Yeah. Not only do you give your money to working, you give your money to sleeping. How many years of your life do you spend sleeping? This is called budgeting. Okay. Financially, I suck. My ADHD makes it worse. Okay. But I can tell you something about time. I'm frugal with time. But I'm human. I messed it up. But let me tell you something to budget for. You might have $80 in your bank account. You might have $80 in your piggy bank, right? Okay. How many years are spent sleeping? How many years are spent working? How many years are spent driving? How many years will you spend on your phone? There are so many expenses, and you still have the balls to waste your time. You should pay yourself, what is it, 3% of your income? They say that, right? 3%? You should pay yourself 3% of your income, okay? So give yourself a little time of the day to be on your phone. But understand, you can't get high off your own supply, okay? Use this time to elevate yourself. Use this time to raise who you are. We might not be special, but we're special to us. We're special to ourselves. Each person has an individual story worth making a movie, worth making a series, a book worth reading. Every person, everybody. But there's so many stories that not all of them get attention, but their value doesn't change. And everyone has a piggy bank, and everyone has no fucking clue how much money's in their big piggy bank. And everyone, just everyone, is so content on spending their money incorrectly to allow people such as influencers to spend their money doing whatever the fuck it is they want. And it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. People who don't raise your life, people who don't, if they can make you happy, that's fine, that's so good. But a laughter is medicine. But it's not the cure. It's only but a band-aid. It's only but a what's it called? It's only a non-permanent fix to a permanent problem that requires a permanent solution. All these it's clipping my microphone. Okay. You waste your time. That's fine. You don't know how much time you got left. That's okay. The first step in fixing absolutely anything is realizing that you're doing it. Listen, we talk down on people who have an addiction. Aren't we addicted ourselves? We can't go anywhere without our phone. Please, read a book. Do something enriching for yourself. That's what you owe yourself, right? Because your body is a temple that's completely based on your actions and how you think, feel at every moment, how you are physically. It's all a temple. It's a beautiful temple of whatever culture you have. If you're American, it's a beautiful, what's an American like? You're Yosemite. You're the big Yosemite. You're the Grand Canyon, beautiful Grand Canyon, right? If you're Greek, you're the Acropolis. You're the Parthenon. If you're Indian, you're the Taj Mahal. If you're from Brazil, you're Christ the Redeemer. Do you see what I'm saying here? You could give your monument a flavor if you want. Close your eyes and think about it. You are a monument. You are a temple. Water's flowing. There's birds cawing. Caw. Okay. But in order for this beautiful sanctuary to be upkept, there are people that all weirdly look like you. But they are you. They're not weirdly like you, but they are you. And these people, they all represent something different. One of these people are your feelings. One of these people are your actions. One of these people is your mental state. They all represent something different. If your feelings took a lighter and threw a fucking match into the forest, it's all on fire. Wait. Put out the water. Put out the water, mental state. He's too busy crying in the fucking corner. Help me. You're burning down. The birds are flying away. The water stopped flowing. What's going to happen? What's going wrong? You're distracted. It is your number one job to take care of your sanctuary. And you're distracted? All for a laugh? That turns into laughs for hours? Look, I'm all for the laughs. I don't like watching scary movies, but I will with my girlfriend if she wants to. Huh? I'm all for laughs. I'm all for entertainment. But when are you going to start addressing the problems that you say you have? When are you going to step up to the plate and own who you are? When are you going to take responsibility for your mental state or your actions? When will you do that? Go on, be distracted. Go on, forget. You're closed-minded. Oh, you wouldn't want to hear me. Go on. Because when you're on your deathbed, are you going to remember how many times you laughed at, does somebody need a comb? I call her chandelier. Let's go golfing. Tell them to bring out the whole lobster. Tell them to bring out the whole ocean. Have you ever played rugby? Life is Roblox. Your Roblox is yourself. Life may be Roblox itself. Why do you make it harder? Why do you make it worse? God did. This has been an episode of Stav's True Plan. I get a little emotional when it comes to this topic because it comes from a place of hurt. I feel the same way. And it's too often that I see YouTube videos saying, social media is ruining our lives. 100,000 views. All he said were words. And all people did while they were watching it was like, that's a very good idea. You're right. Phones are destroying our lives. Let's go golfing. The other day, my girlfriend and I got ice cream. Instead of the kids enjoying it, right next to us was a kid scrolling. I don't know kids' ages, right? Some of y'all know. He was about this tall. He was about that tall, right? How old are they if they're that tall? I don't know. Certainly too young to be wasting his life already. I had so many good memories. He won't remember any of it. Anyway, this has been an episode of Stav's True Plan. I'm sorry, I was gonna finish it, but I didn't. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best to continue what I've been doing. School's starting up soon, but this is my life, so it's my life. I want to change yours. Like, let's make a symbiotic relationship here. You watch me, you give me dopamine by watching me, and you get dopamine because I show you that life is greater than it possibly ever could be. Okay, you cool with that? Anyway, catch y'all on the flip side. Love you guys. Kisses.